Hello and welcome. This will be my video guide to installing Lexy's Legacy of the Dragonborn Special Edition mod guide. So without any further ado, let's dive right in with the prerequisites section. This is arguably the most important section. Do not skip this page. We'll be installing tools and things like that that will be used throughout the guide. Starting with Skyrim itself. Make sure you have a clean install of Skyrim with no extra unnecessary files or programs installed to the Skyrim directory. Everything we need will be installed in the guide. Okay, Steam Overlay. The guide recommends to disable it. I think I still have it enabled. I've never really had an issue with it, but if you want to be 100% safe, disable it like the guide says. I'm going to leave it where, if it's enabled, I'm leaving it enabled. If I actually disabled it, I don't remember. I'll leave it disabled. However it is right now is how it'll be. Update proofing Skyrim. Definitely do this step. When Skyrim updates, a lot of times it will break some mods. It's less of an issue now, but it could still happen, so always change the Skyrim in Steam to only update when you launch it, and that'll only update it when you launch it through Steam. It won't update when we launch it through SKSE. So, moving forward. Configure Skyrim. Did I actually close Steam? I did not mean to. Well, I didn't close it, but I closed the window. Why is it doing that? There we go. Options. You want Ultra. You want it set like that, and you want to turn off anti-aliasing. Well, I say that you want the aspect ratio and resolution to match whatever your screen aspect ratio and resolutions are. Okay, you want window mode unchecked. I think that was all. Aspect anti-aliasing and windows. Yep. So we can close that and exit that. Okay, creation kit. I've already got it installed, but the way you install it is you first have to download and install the Bethesda.net launcher. That's what this is. And you have to have an account with Bethesda.net. Once you do that, you'll come over here to the All Games button, and you'll find Creation Kit Skyrim, and instead of play, it'll say install there. Okay. After it installs, click play, and it'll ask you if you want to extract the source scripts. Just click yes. It'll take it a minute to extract, and then once it does, the creation kit itself will pop up, and you can just exit out of that. Okay. After you have the creation kit installed, you also need to install a custom INI that you can download from here. I already have it downloaded, and that's not the right folder. Hold on. There we go. It is this file right here. I've already got it installed, but all you have to do is extract this INI to the main Skyrim directory, which will be in Steam Apps Common Skyrim Special Edition. Just extract it there. From here you could just drag and drop. Okay. After that, we have the SSE Creation Kit fixes. Again, I've already got that installed. I did a lot of the prerequisite stuff ahead of time, just to make things go a little bit faster. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Back to utilities. Yeah, the creation kit fixes. You just open it and oops. you select all of that and then drag it once again to the main Skyrim directory. Okay. Back to utilities. 7-zip. Once again, I already had that installed and have had that installed for years. Most people probably already do. If you don't, feel free to download it and install it. Specifically 7-zip, I've seen cases where some mods don't extract correctly if you don't have 7-zip installed. It's rare, but I have seen it happen, so definitely get 7-zip. Don't just rely on WinRAR or whatever you have that does it. I've got both WinRAR and 7-zip. So anyway, moving on to loot. Once again, I've already got loot installed, I believe. But you know what? Let's go ahead and reinstall it, because this is unlike the other tools, which are just you extract them and they're standalone. Loot does have an installer. So let's go through the installer. Select English, yes. That's good. Next. Don't need a shortcut. And launch loot. Okay, and you do want to launch loot at least once outside of Mod Organizer, which we haven't even installed yet. But yeah, once you've installed it, we need to create some loot groups. So you'll go over here to this little 3 dots here, and you'll click Open Groups Editor. Now I've already got the groups because it saves the information from this from loot somewhere other than that loot folder that I deleted. So mine are already created, but I'm going to go through the process of creating them again, just so you can see how it's done. In the Add Group box up here in the corner, you would type in Merge Patches, and it will create that. It usually creates it off to the side over here somewhere, which is rather annoying, but then you don't have to move it to this specific spot, just move it somewhere over here, and you would right click to select that and then drag a line to it. As you can see, I've already got that. Next, you would create NPC retextures, same way, add it here, click the plus, and then move it over here, and you would click on Merge Patches and drag a line to it. Whoops, let's get rid of that. I don't know if that double line would actually hurt anything, but just in case. And then do the same for conflict resolution. Drag a line from NPC retextures to conflict resolution. Then you don't have to create this one that's already there. You just drag a line from it, from conflict resolution to level list modifiers, and you have that done. Lastly, you'll create Arthmore villages, and then drag a line from low priority overrides to Arthmore villages, and then from Arthmore villages to high priority overrides. Okay? All very simple, and they do have a visual tutorial, I guess you'd call it, and a picture of what it's supposed to look like in the final configuration, so you'll be able to see if what you have matches. Okay, and then once you've done all that, you do need to click Apply, and then you can close out of loot. Okay, moving on to XEdit. And we can close that too, I don't need that. Okay, for XEdit, again, I've already got it installed. It's actually ZEdit if you're doing Skyrim Special Edition. The X is just to... the program itself is XEdit. You differentiate it in which game you're modding. If you're modding Skyrim Special Edition, it's ZEdit. If you're modding Fallout 4, it's FO4 edit, etc. But yes, installing it is as simple as, where is it? There it is. You'd create a folder for it. In this case, I named mine ZEdit, and then you would just extract all of that to that folder. Once you have it installed, you need to run it. Okay. We need to uncheck this record in one of the options. Background loader finished. Go down to Other and Options. And you want to uncheck the simple records Land, Navi, Navim, Cell, and World. I've already done this step, that's why it's already unchecked. If you haven't done this step, it may already be checked. Or it may be checked, so uncheck that. Okay. And we can exit out of that. Okay. Cathedral Assets Optimizer. Again, create a folder for it and extract these files into that folder. After that, download the Lexy's profiles that she made for that, and you would install those in the profiles folder of Cathedral Assets Optimizer. And these are the two profiles. Just extract those to that folder. Alright, next we have the Test 5 edit scripts. Download those and close that. And you want to copy all of that into the edit scripts folder of ZEdit. Okay. Next, we're on to Rybash. I know it seems like I'm going through these pretty quickly, but they are really as simple as just extracting it to a folder. So, Rybash. Okay. Again, create a folder called Rybash and copy that to it. On to ZEdit. Oh, do note if you are using Windows 7, make sure you read this part where it says you have to create a docs folder in the data folder of Skyrim Special Edition. So yeah. ZEdit. Once again, it's portable. Just create a folder and copy everything to it. Or copy, I should say extract. Then I'm sure you got what I meant. Moving on, script extender. This is slightly different. Let's see, where is it? Yes. Alright, in the script extender folder, you'll get to this, and we're going to be extracting it to the base Skyrim folder. Again, I've already done this part, but yes, you're only extracting the SKSE DLL, the loader exe, and the Steam _loader DLL. Those three files are the only ones you're extracting right now. So extract those to the main Skyrim folder. The rest we will deal with later. Okay. Next we have the ZEdit modules. Let's go ahead and close that. Go back to utilities. And I made a folder that had all of the modules in it to make things a little easier for myself. And let's open it in a new window. And this was the easiest way I found to do it. Just create two folders, and then all you gotta do is, oops, not there. Go to the ZEdit folder, go to modules, and literally just drag and extract here. And we'll go ahead and replace. As you can see, I've already got them all installed, but that's all you got to do. Just drag and extract. Okay, and we can close that one and go back to utilities. These are all of the patchers. Alright, Microsoft Visual C++ Redistributable. More than likely, you've already got this installed. I already had it installed from a while back, but if you don't have it installed, download it and install it. Next up, the Mod Manager, MO2, Mod Organizer 2. Let's see. Mod Organizer 2. Create a new folder. Not here. Well, you can do it here. You can do it wherever you like, but the guide actually suggests putting it in a folder directly under the root, which would be here. I usually put mine in one folder deep in a modding folder just for my own organizational purposes. Just don't put it too far down a folder path, because then you run into issues with file names being too long occasionally. Let's see, new folder. Okay. This one I didn't actually already have installed, so. Okay. Okay. Once you have it installed, open this up. And this is very, very important. Always select portable. Okay. Some of the tools will have serious issues if you do not select portable, and you'll run into errors and bad things happen. So, after that, you select your game, Skyrim Special Edition. Do you want to show a tutorial? I've seen the tutorial, but if you've never used Mod Organizer before, by all means go through the tutorial. Okay. Let's close that. I should have gotten a pop-up about handling Nexus links. Because I had it installed before, it may have that information stored somewhere else, maybe? I don't know. Hang on one second, let me check something. Yeah, it still has my information from before, so that's why it's like that. Okay, but like it says, a pop-up will possibly appear asking if you want to set it up to handle NXM links. Just say yes. Configuring. You need to integrate with the Nexus. The instructions are here. As you saw, I've already done that. Excuse me. Hiccups at the weirdest time. Yes. And that's how you do it, by the way. You go to the Settings tab, or Settings icon, Nexus tab, and you would set it up here. All very self-explanatory there. Next, we want to change the theme, well, this part is optional, obviously, but it is kind of bright. So let's go to that, go to General, and the guide says theme, but the Mod Organizer actually calls it a style, so we'll go to Style, change it from None to Dark, and click OK. Poof. Alright. I think this the older versions of Mod Organizer 2 needed to restart to apply the theme, but as you can see, it automatically did it. So, all right, base profile creation. We want to. All right, let me set this up to be a little bit easier for the recording. Do that and do that. There we go. That way I can have them both open at the same time. Alright, here we go. We want to go to configure profiles, that's the ID card. And we want to click create. Enter a name, we're going to call it Vanilla Skyrim for this one. Okay. Make sure the default game INI settings checkbox is unchecked. It is. Click OK. And it tells you to go to the next step immediately, but you actually have to close it and change to the vanilla profile first. Then go back, and now you can remove the default profile. Yes. Okay. And okay, once you've done that, you can move on. Setting up the base tools for Mod Organizer 2. We need to set up XEdit, Rybash, and ZEdit. So we go to this one, the executables icon. Okay, and we want to click on add an executable from file, and then we just navigate to where we have them installed. The first one is going to be XEdit, so or SSEdit in this case. Open it and just double click the exe. Ensure no optional checkboxes are checked. Nothing is checked. Select apply. Okay, and then repeat the steps for doing that and select SSEdit Quick Auto Clean. Add the -don't cache to the arguments section. Oops, you don't need the apostrophe. Don't cache. All one word. And apply. Okay. And then repeat the steps for Rybash and ZEdit. So add from file, utilities, ZEdit, exe, apply, add from file, and Rybash. Sorry, my dog was distracting me and now he's barking, so hopefully he won't bark very long. Yes, that one. And apply. Okay. Next, we can close that, click OK. Initial mod ordering, I can't talk today. Initial mod ordering. You'll notice that these are not in the correct order, which is Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn. So really all we need to do is move Dawnguard up to the top, and now it's in the correct order on this side. It's actually already in the correct order on this side, but if it were not, you would go to Loot, Run Loot, and then you would click the Sort Plugins. Since there were no changes that were needed, there was nothing else we needed to do. If it had not been in the right order, you would have an apply button to apply the changes. Okay. Now we need to create the Legacy of the Dragonborn profile. Once again, go back to the icon up there, create, okay, and once again, default game is unchecked, click OK. Okay, then we can close that, and don't forget we need to change the profile to that one. In case you're wondering, the reason we have this one is just so that we can go back to a vanilla Skyrim with no mods installed at any time. It's as simple as clicking that button. We can go from fully modded to no mods with a button. Okay, but we want to be on this one so we can make our mods. Alright, next up we have SKSE is not fully installed, so we need to finish installing that. You want to go up here to install from an archive. Go to utilities, which is where the SKSE archive is. So click on that, and we'll click open. And it'll go through a short tutorial on how to install mods in Mod Organizer, even though we told it we didn't need a tutorial. Alright, you want to expand this until you see data, and then you'll right click on that and click set data directory, and this down here will change to looks good, which means that it has files that it recognizes as game files. So you're good there, click OK. Alright, now you'll notice it's over here. It's not actually activated yet because we don't have it check marked. So check it, and now it'll be activated. And you'll see up here, one mod active. Alright. This step is, in my opinion, optional, but we may as well go ahead and do it. Double click on it to open it, and you go to the categories tab, and you'll want to check the utilities. Where is it? There it is. Check the utilities box. Okay, and then we want to go to Nexus info, change the version to match the version of SKSE that you have installed, 2.00.17. I think that's the number. And then under mod ID, you want to put -1. Okay, and close. And what that did, let me expand, is that changed the category here to utilities, and it put a version number there. The putting mod ID to -1 just tells Mod Organizer that it's not a Nexus-based mod. Okay, again, I apologize for my dog. He always decides to start barking when I'm recording. Most of the time he doesn't bark. Alright. SKSE installation verification, so we can actually run the game for once. Let's see. Let's run it through SKSE. Okay, and from this screen, we just open the console. If you're not aware, that is opened by the tilde key. I think that's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Then you just want to type in all one word, get SKSE version, and it'll tell you the version there, 2.0.17, release whatever, runtime whatever, and tilde key again to close the console, and we can exit out of Skyrim. Alright. Next up we have Mod Organizer 2 plugins. specifically merge plugins hide. Go back to utilities, and that is here. Close. And you want to select everything except for the license and readme. And you want to extract them to Modernizer 2 plugins folder. Oops. Helps if you double click. And extract. Close that. Close that. And does it need to restart? It probably does. So let's go ahead and close that, and we can restart. Okay, and now, yep, merge plugin hide and sync mod organizer show, or sync mod order show up. We won't really be using that one, but merge plugin hide will be very useful. Okay, minimize that. And okay. Next up we have cleaning the Bethesda ESMs. Let's minimize that. First thing, before we clean them, we need to back them up. I've already done that. Yep. These are the original ESMs from Bethesda. They came from the Skyrim Special Edition main folder in the data folder. There they are. I copied them instead of cutting and pasting so that they're still there for us to clean. You want to click the drop down and go down to ZEdit Quick Auto Clean. Run. And you want to select only Update ESM. This takes a little bit of time, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording and pick it up once it's done. And I will take the opportunity to bring my dog inside so he stops barking. Be right back. And we're back. Alright, this is what it looks like when it's finished. It'll tell you quick clean mode finished, background loader finished, and after that you can just click the X to exit it. Then you have to do the same to the Dawnguard ESM, Hearthfire ESM, and Dragonborn ESM. Those do take a little bit of time each, so I'm going to do those off camera real quick and come back once they're done. It's the exact same process, just quick auto clean, select the plugin that you're going to clean and let it do its thing. Okay, I will see you when I've done the next three. After that though, we do have to do some manual editing, but we'll be back to that in just a moment.